Good morning, everyone. I want to share with you today a short encouragement from two passages. Colossians 3:12 to 13 reads, "Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Bear with each other and forgive one another." And Ephesians 4:32. Be kind and compassionate to one another. Forgive each other just as Christ has forgiven you. I think most of us love these verses in theory. Compassion, kindness, patience, forgiveness. They sound great until we actually have to live it out with real people. And that's important to remember because Paul didn't write these words to perfect churches full of perfect Christians. The church in Colossae was struggling with division and pride and people judging one another spiritually. Some people thought they were more mature or more spiritual than others. And Paul says to them, "You're missing the point. Christian life isn't about looking spiritual, it's about becoming more like Jesus in the way we treat people." And the church in Ephesus had its own struggles too. There was conflict, there was anger, there was harsh words, and relational tension, all happening in this community. Earlier in Ephesians 4, Paul talks about bitterness, rage, and slander because these things were affecting the church. So these verses that we're looking at today are written into a really hard situation. They were written into messy relationships. And honestly, that makes them feel a lot more real to me today. Because being compassionate and patient is easy when people are easy. It's harder when people frustrate us, when they disappoint us, when they're slow to change, when they hurt us, or when we feel like we've already been patient long enough. But Paul says, clothe yourselves in compassion. I love that picture. It's something intentional, like getting dressed in the morning, putting on a shirt or a top or something. He says compassion isn't a personality trait for certain people. It's something for every single believer of Jesus Christ that we are called to put on every day. And then he says, bear with each other. That phrase really means learning to make room for imperfect people. And if we're honest, that's really hard at times. But the reason Paul gives these commands is because of the gospel. We forgive because Christ forgave us. We show compassion because God has shown compassion to us. We are patient because God has been incredibly patient with us. And I think sometimes we want grace for ourselves and we're really quick to judge other people. But these passages remind us that all of us are still growing. None of us have arrived yet. The church has never been a community of perfect people. It is a community of forgiven people learning how to love one another and to love Jesus better every day. And I think this matters so much today because we live in a world that's become less patient with people. We're quick to react. We're quick to argue. We're quick to cancel. We're quick to want someone to change here and now and not give them time. And we are slow to listen. But the church should feel different. It should be a place where people experience grace, where people are spoken to kindly, where a place where patience and compassion stand out because they're becoming rare in the world around us. So here's the challenge for us today. Who might God be calling you to be more patient with right now? More patient with and more compassionate with? Maybe it's someone in your family. Maybe it's someone at church or a friend or a coworker or someone who's been a little bit difficult lately. What would it look like this week to intentionally put on compassion before frustration, to slow down before reacting, to choose grace instead of irritation? Because every time we do that, we reflect the heart of Jesus to people around us. Let's be a people who are known for compassion, patience, and kindness, not because it comes naturally to us, but because Christ has first shown it to us. Have a blessed day, everyone. Take care.